Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about Temetrius Jamel Morant, also known as Ja Morant. So this young man is a point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies. Though he is a very, very talented young man, he seems to always be caught up in some type of controversy every few months. So, the most latest controversy is that he was on a friend's IG Live where he was brandishing a blicky. It was not his IG Live, but it was a friend IG Live, and they was turning it up, listening to rap music and stuff like that, and then he brandished a blicky. So now he has been, kind of suspended. I believe he's suspended for a few games pending an investigation. But before that, he was at a strip club. Like that was like in March, where he spent 50K in tips. Nothing wrong with that, spending, but at a strip club, right? And there was money everywhere. And then he had a stripper giving him a lap dance. And then he went on IG Live and he brandished a blicky again. Well, that time. So this time it would be again. So he brandished it. He brandished a blicky in the VIP room. And he was, in trouble again. He got suspended at that time. And then fast forward, I believe this is in 2022. He was having some type of, thing with some youths at his house. They were playing basketball, and a 17-year-old got in an altercation with him. I believe the 17-year-old threw a ball at Ja Morant's head, and Ja Morant put some hands on him. Didn't care he was 17, put some hands on him. You gonna try me? You're not gonna try me in front of all these kids. And then I believe it's alleged that he, brandished a blicky again, but he didn't use it. But, say, don't play with me. Don't play with me. I got this. I got this thing on me. So the DA, they try to do the investigation, try to pursue charges, but they dropped it. They eventually dropped it because they was like there was not enough evidence. And then the young boy tried to sue him, and allegedly his mother, she is known to have several lawsuits. She had different lawsuits against the school board and different things like that. So it might have been a shakedown anyway, but nothing came of that. And he got in before that. I think a couple of days before that, he got in some type of altercation with a security at a mall. I don't know how that turned out. And then earlier on this year, like we all over the place, child, his father got into some type of altercation with somebody named Andrew Nembrand of a different team. I'm not sure what team name is. And then John Moran said he went to go check them. He went to go check his temperature, I believe. So yeah, it's always some type of controversy. And I believe last year, he got in some type of back and forth with some trolls on Twitter. And then still talking about this blicky thing. Yeah, he was talking about, hollows. This is the screenshot right here. So going back and forth with people that I just didn't understand. But whatever. It's always something. It's always some type of controversy with this young man. Though he is talented. And this is what I've always said about athletes. Very talented athletes. Sometimes their coaches, parents, and whatever focus, which is nothing wrong with that, focus only on their talents, but then not on their giving them a moral compass. You have talented young men. They have the talent to get them in the door, but they do not have morals, values, integrity, the character to keep them. Most of the time, they don't have the character to keep them especially when they always getting caught up. Yes, you can make mistakes because you're human. You are allowed to make mistakes, but when you keep on making the same type of mistakes over and over again in the same line, always has to do with a blicky, that is a problem. And this is a problem, and this could be this young man's downfall, because he's always in some type of foolishness. And why I believe he is in this predicament, and he will always find himself in this predicament if he doesn't do a 180 in his behavior, 180 in his mindset, 180 in his actions. He's always going to find himself in this predicament until he just messes up his whole career. And then the slap on the wrist that they keep on giving him is not helping at all. They keep on giving him a slap on the wrist. That's not helping him. That's just reinforcing his bad behavior and his bad decision making. That's not helping him at all. So all these yes men and, oh yeah, we need him, because most of the time, when you're talented like that, they will let you, they see you have bad character. You're not good at making certain decisions. You have very bad things that you get caught up in, and they give you slap on the wrist and let you get away with it because they need you for a certain amount of time. And then when they dispose of you, then all the things that you did back then is going to come back and haunt you. But anyway, this young man is from Dalzell, I believe, South Carolina, which is located in Sumter, South Carolina. Because some people say, oh, he's not from Sumter. He said Dalzell is located in Sumter. Okay, because I saw some people, going back and forth, so I had to address that. So okay, let's go back. Let's get back to the story. So Sumter is called Merc City. Most dangerous place because of all the murking that happens. And then of course he is a part of a team, Memphis Grizzlies, and we know Memphis is not a very good place at all either, because there's a lot of murking that happens over there also. Because I've seen some people say, him probably going to Memphis was not a good idea, coming from Sumter, Merc City, and then going to Memphis. That's like the same type of energy, the same type of environment. He needed a different environment. And then I've seen people say, he need to get, it's his friends and whatever. Sometimes we may say, oh, it's his friends, he's choosing the wrong friends or whatever. But I believe that is his mindset because of where he came from. He came from a place that is what they do. I mean, it's like a badge of honor. From what I saw online, it's like a badge of honor coming from a place that's called Merc City, where people are losing their lives every single day. And it's like some people, it's like a badge of honor that they're from Merc City. Oh, and then they get up, some of them get upset because you put a P in Sumter. It's very disturbing. Very, very much disturbing. And as you can see with Merc City, they like to brandish blickies. That's the environment that he came from. That's the culture that he came from. So this channel would always give a biblical perspective. I remember in the Bible, God told Abraham to leave his kinfolks behind. When you have came from nothing, and you get an opportunity, not only you're going to change your environment, but you actually have to change your mindset, because a certain mindset that you may have grown up with that may hinder your success, hinder your growth. And this is what is happening to this young man. I don't think he ever changed his mindset from this Merc City living. And it doesn't align with where he's going. He has a over $200 million contract, but he still acts like he's in Sumter. He's not acting like, a professional basketball player that came from nothing. People was not even checking for him. Didn't have no prospects at all. But because he was putting in the work and he was at the right place at the right time, a way was made for him. Because if you know about how he got discovered, you can tell that was, when God says that he will lift up the poor from the ash heap, and make a way for them so they could be amongst the great. That is what happened to this young man, because he was at some type of tournament and they had already told him, if they don't call your name, you're not going to be in the where the big court is, where they have the scouts and the media and stuff like that, where you could get discovered. He wasn't even on the list. He could have gotten upset and left, because he said he was already frustrated, because he know he's talented, he know what he has to offer, but nothing is happening. So he decided to go in the court in the back, and he was playing 3-on-3. And the recruiter for Murray State, which is James Kane, I believe, had some snacking cravings. Had some snack cravings, and he went to go get something to eat. And while he went to go get something to eat, he was at the concession stand. He heard, the basketball sounds, when they playing basketball, the sounds that is being made. So he, wanted to see what's going on. And when he went in to go look, he was amazed at what he discovered, that he immediately called the head coach of Murray State, and he told him, you got to get down here right there. They found, just like, like Tom Brady, how they discovered Tom Brady. Bledsoe was not supposed to, something happened to Bledsoe, and then they put in Tom Brady, and they was like, what do we have here? And they found the diamond. Just like this is what happened to this young man. But and then he has, of course, chips on his shoulder. He doesn't have a chip on his shoulder. He has chips on his shoulder, because he was overlooked for so many years, though he knew he had a talent. He knew he had the talent to take him to the NBA and keep him in the NBA and become great in the NBA. But he was overlooked all his life. So it's like he always has something to prove, to show, yeah, you guys didn't give me a chance and stuff like that. You can tell his sister's not going through this, because, because he made a way for her. She's already getting all of the recognition that he didn't get before. But of course, he made the way for her. But you can tell he still have this chip on. He always have something to prove, and it's always something to prove in the wrong way. He has already proven himself that he's a talented basketball player, but then the fact that he still have this mindset, I gotta prove to people, I'm not what they think that I am, and it's always in something that's not good. Though this young man has the talent to become one of the greatest, I believe he has the talent to become one of the greatest, but his character will be his downfall if he doesn't do a 180 in it. His mindset, he need to get this Merc City living, because there was like, people from Merc City don't play. You can't be like that, because that's, people from Merc City don't play, because that's what the ones that choose to be in that lifestyle, that's what they doing. They taking people out. But you have you have another destiny. You have a different destiny. You are destined to be one of the greatest. But if you are destined to be one of the greatest, you can't have this Merc City mindset living, pulling out blickies and showing off blickies and stuff like that. If you're a clown, don't come around and stuff like that. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on. And I don't know exactly all the people who are around him giving him advice and stuff like that. But come on. And he could have people giving him advice, but he's probably not listening, because here's another thing. But the name that he has, because though he's a point guard, he said that he's a point guard because he's very talented. And then when he first said that, a lot of people was like, he's arrogant and stuff like that. Is kind of arrogant to give your name, to name yourself that you're a god. That is arrogant. And then though his jaw comes from Jamel, but Jah, we know Jah is another name for God. So all those stuff shows pride and arrogance And the Bible says that God resists the proud and he gives grace to the humble. So this young man really needs to humble himself. He needs to change his mindset, renew his mindset. And, if you read the Bible shows you how to renew your mind. I don't know if he's a Christian or whatever, but the route that he's going. And the thing is, he gets caught up in some type of foolishness, issues a statement, and he was supposed to be getting help even after, doing the thing at the strip club. He said he was going to get help, and then to get caught up in this thing again, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. The route this young man is going, and that can be his downfall. And it's, for somebody who put in the work, who didn't have anything, nothing going on for him, and then he was just at the right place at the right time, and then a way was made for him, and this is the decisions that he's making. Come on. And then you have a lot of young boys, impressionable young men looking up to you, young men from where he came from, and then this is what you're showing, this is the example that you're showing them. That's not good. This is not good. That's why if you have a student athlete, you have a child or whatever, and you see they're very talented, make sure they have character. Make sure they have morals and values, because talent could get them in the door, get them an opportunity, but more having character, having morals and values, having a moral compass will keep them in that door, will keep them going, and keep them going with that opportunity. Because remember, this young man is the face of the Memphis Grizzlies. And if you become a liability, though you may be talented, they might just write you off, and it's like, we're gonna finish this this relationship. And it's such a shame. And I'm not sure if I said it before, but this young man, his father used to play basketball. So he was on his way to play professional basketball overseas. However, he found out that Morant's mother was pregnant, and he opted to stay behind to raise his son. So in a sense, he taught him everywhere. And this is where this young man learned and perfected his talent, improved his skills, learned things that other basketball players had to learn in their professional career. He had already learned it from at a young age. So in a sense that his father is kind of living vicariously through him, because he didn't get a chance to live out his dream. And then sometimes we don't understand that certain decisions we make, it doesn't only affect us, it affects a lot of people around us, a lot of people that are rooting for us, and so many people are rooting for this young man. And the route that he's going is not good at all. I don't know what's gonna wake him up. Hopefully it's not him losing everything, because sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to get it. But hopefully he gets it. But all you could do is hope. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.